Who's in the house? How you doing today? My man, Mr. Twiz. What a Twiz! I love that, you know? How's my audio working this morning? Twiz. Don't like it when there's a Twiz in the stream. How's the TikTok going? Richie Dubs, the TikTok master. Never done a TikTok, but now you got to be curious, eh? We're taking and a talking, and Fridays are rocking. You know what day it is today? It's Yabba Dabba Doo Day. It's Friday. It's time to do the morning show here, the coffee program with your broham, Mr. Brody Alfonso. Great to see you folks hanging, and this stream is the best. Oh, I love the repack song. The repack song, it's got it going on because it's Brody Alfonso. The repack song ain't long, right? Good to have you folks. Mr. Superbacker in the house. Just the frame, yo. It's coffee pot. Superbacker, good morning, fella. Nice to have you. How's the city of Boston doing this AM? How's everything in Boston? Is it still there? Everything in good working order? Full report. We need a full report on Boston here this morning. Michael Superbacker. I'm glad you're in the house. Who else we got? We got all the folks in here this morning. Morning, Richie Dubs. Oh, Mr. DJ Longhair's here. Sounds a little bit like the repack song. Hey. Who are we gonna have here this morning? I gotta get a poll going. You know, love the poll. Going to be here just past the hour here this morning. We're going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We got a few items to discuss here today for you folks. Question for you folks: are you pre-releasing tonight Phyrexia All Will Be One? Tonight. Anybody doing pre-release tonight? Let me know in the poll here. We had 14 people weigh in on the poll yesterday. I thank you. A boutonniere, a bouquet, a hat, a boat, a couple of buttons, and 3 magic muffins. Appreciate you folks for tuning in. The fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as we do. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, February the 10th. How are you doing this morning? I'm glad you're here with me. The bro to the D, hanging out. It's the best. It's Friday. It's Yabba Dabba Doo Day. We're getting set to slide down that dinosaur's tail like Fred Flintstone. We're Yabba Dabba Doo on the way to the local gaming store because tonight Phyrexia All Will Be One, I believe, pre-release Friday night. If you can't bring a friend to pre-release, bring a friend to Brody's. Now about that, now you all know You've seen the you've seen the I don't want to play Magic video no more. You've seen the repack song. We found a way. There's a delivery service one town away, which is about 4 hours from here, that has for $38, they'll deliver anything one direction. We used them couple just before Christmas time to get some industrial items for the workplace moved back and forth. But we got to putting our heads together and said, you know what? I'm going to phone down there. And Vince, if you're watching, expect a phone call at the desk. I got something. I got an idea. I'm thinking 6 pre-release kits for Murray Cooper, Miss Alfonso, myself, and maybe Frank will join us. A couple of the players that want to join us for a pre-release this weekend. But well, we're thinking of getting the delivery driver to head over to the local game store, 2 towns away, pick up 6 6 pre-release kits, and ship them up to us on a hot shot. That's what we call it. We call it a hot shot. It's like when you need something really important, you get it. You get it one way, Pony Express. So $38. What do you think? Should we hot shot in some Phyrexia? All will be one. Would you like to see that? Good morning, Bob. MTG Gaming Bob's here in the house. I'm glad to see you. Just checking the chat. Good morning to you all. So yeah, let me know in the poll if anybody's heading to pre-release. You know, it's funny because if I go in there myself, if I walk in and I'm like, hey, can I get some of those pre-release kits before the Friday? They're like, no, you can't. You can't get any pre-release kits. It hasn't been released yet. And I always wonder, it's like, well, I see people opening them. It's like, no, we can't sell them because if we got caught, you know, they're trying to run a legit business, right? So if they, you know, if that gets out that they're selling products out the door before the release date, you know, it's bad for them with Withers. So it's funny that the local game stores are actually penalized or have a looming threat listed over them if they sell product before the actual official release date, despite the fact that you can look anywhere, just about anywhere on the internet, and people have already been opening it for a long time. Does that confuse you? It always seemed to confuse me. Let's hit up Wells Cargo. That's right. Morning, Richie Dubs, Twiddler, Mr. DJ Longhair here. Today is supposed to be 60 degrees in summer in Boston. Really? What crazy swings. Here up north, we had like a +1 or a +2, and like we're expecting, what are we expecting here? We're expecting it to be just about the 0 mark, I would say. You never can tell. Things can change on a dime, but hey, nevertheless, if you're new to the show, if you never checked us out before, here to be here, happy to be here. It's Brody. We try to make you laugh at least once on the channel. We got some pretty good tech. You can get some chuckles. I'm here every morning. Do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Like, is that fun to you? Do you like looking up the prices of Magic cards? Is there like enough information out there, or is there too much information? Do you find all the information that you're looking for all in one place, including deck lists? Information on the modern metagame, legacy, and old school formats that nobody talks about. Old school, old what? What are you talking about, Brody? What is this madness? Well, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we had a couple of you folks here. And if you're tuning in on Rumble, that's what we do Monday to Friday. I'm here. I got the coffee on. I'm going to just take a minute to arrive on the show with you fans, the amazing people, the amazing fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as I do. I promised I wouldn't cry. But we are approaching that 200 subscriber mark. 199 subscribers. People watching from around the world in het Nederlands, Savannah Lion, Jurgen, and everybody else over there across the pond. Goedemorgen, Nederlands. I'm going to have just this little sip of coffee. It's a good one. I got a little touch of milk in the coffee just to take the edge off, make it nice and smooth here on a Friday morning. What are you guys up to? You're working. It's yabba dabba do. You're working to tickle 22 degrees and fast. Richie Dubs. Got to get myself in gear. Never hurts. We're going to check the price of Hasbro stock. I've been poking around on the information super highway, trying to find a little bit more people that'll write about Hasbro and the state of things over at the stock excuse me, at the stock market with the price. It seems that there's like a bunch of other stocks that people would rather pick up under $50. So Hasbro stock, maybe not. Hasbro news. Let's check the price of Hasbro stock. Okay, the refresh button here for you folks, and we're gonna take a look here. What does this have to do with the price of cards in Japanese? Well, Brody's decided ever since things got crazy, we're staking our spot on the hill here. We're gonna sit here and watch this stock until it finally does something. It's just sort of hanging out here around the $56.86 mark. Just hanging around. Let's have a little sip of coffee. All right. Fourth quarter earnings from last year will be coming out in February 16th of this year. So we're eagerly attending to the stock information price. Which day of the week would that be? It's got to be a trading day. It'll be next week, Thursday. So we got a week to go here, folks. A week to go to see when the fourth quarter earnings of last year comes out. And then we can get a full report on Hasbro stock and an update.
I may just quit my job at the power plant and become a full-time stock market guy. Buy low, sell high, that's my motto. I may just quit my job at the power plant and become a full-time stock market guy.
But so we're just gonna hang out here. So we're calling the play here. Brody's made, and if you're new to the show, we've got to go over to the stock desk to see if they got any fresh articles for us here this morning. I did like the one from Phyrexial will be one. Should we warm up with a couple of AI generated magic cards here this morning, folks? Seems like something to do. All right. We know your time is important. We can't mess around. Let's get right into it. We got a couple of rules here when we're doing this. Number one, any gibberish on the card, we fail it instantly. I know your time is precious, and there's none to spare. So we take these cards very seriously. These are the AI-generated magic cards coming straight from Robo Rosewater himself. If it's gibberish on the card, we fail it, we get it out of here, we move on. That's like being late to class. You don't even get in the door. But if the card is playable and it's something that you could put in deck, it's viable. It might be a little expensive or here or there, but if it's actually playable, we're going to give it a pass. We're starting off right here with the Grave of Mist. When a source you control deals 2 damage to an opponent, it has to be specifically 2. I don't know. When a source you control deals 2 damage to an opponent, you may exile up to 1 target card from your graveyard. You gain life equal to that card's mana value. Seems like this would work. It would actually do something, but it has to be 2. It seems very situational. I don't know how much we like that. Nevertheless, it seems like it could be played. I got to give it a pass. It's an actual card. Let's give this a pass. Grave with Mists. I find it funny that it has to be exactly 2 damage. So shock gets better, right? But you only gain 1. And you got to exile up to one target creature card from your graveyard. So you have to have a creature, super situational. It looks like it's drawn like a very young student. It's a grave with some squiggles on it. Well done. Nicely done. Bring us to this card here. A nice, nice mountain. A beauty of a mountain. What do we think of this card here? I think we can enjoy it. It looks all right. Let's make sure we get some comments. Let's give this pass. Let's hit it. It's fine. It's just a basic mountain. The art on these is all right. I mean, I'll take it. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so this one here, this card's name is too long. It doesn't fit in the border. Check the description of the full name. This is a discard description. You can't read it because like the text at the top of the card here, right up here, this is all just like crammed in here and completely very small letters. It's like the Asma Kaldakar card, but even worse. Okay, it's like just jammed right in there. You can't even read it. There's so many letters. It's 1 black and 1 for the snow enchantment creature Angel. It looks kind of like a cat to me, but it's a 4/5 for the snow enchantment creature. What do you think? All sliver creatures have reach. Am I reading that right? All sliver creatures have reach? Yeah, I guess so. All sliver creatures have reach. So even your opponents. And then you can pay 2 black and 4 and tap sacrifice some artifact. Just some artifacts. Sacrifice some artifacts. Just some. Doesn't matter how many. Regenerate Animax. Gerber Reserve. Return up to X cards from your hand or green, and you reveal a legendary creature card with power X or less from among other cards without prowl cards. That player draws a card this way to put the cast. Yeah, gibberish. Get it out of here. No, no, no. I had a bad feeling about you with when the I had about a bad feeling about this one when the name was just so long. It's gibberish. Let's see if we can get through the rest of the card. It gets plus and Servoil and tap 3 legendary dragons that land Fugan's controller gains control. No. Let's go on. Vampire strength. Do you guys want some strength? Do you want some strength of vampires? Are you feeling like you're is this like a brew of coffee? Is this like sounds like a type of coffee, vampire strength. I definitely need some coffee, but work's difficult. Coffee will have to wait. Speaking of waiting, I would wait on buying any Hasbro stock until the Q4 reports, unless you gamble. Kylan Purdue. Hey, how you doing, brother? Kylan. Nice to see you here on the morning show. It's awesome to have you, Kylan, from Kylan's Card Shack. I'd invest in Alfonso. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. I appreciate you checking us out here on a Friday. It's great to have you with us. Uh, check out the channel, Kylan's Card Shack. I should mod you up here while you're in the house. I'll try and get to that. Tom Mitchell's here. Good morning, Tom. Happy to have you. Are you going to pre-release? Are you going to pre-release, or are you just going to pick up a couple of pre-release kits? See, this is what I've been doing. Instead of, like, I'm averaging down, right? Instead of buying a case of every set that comes out, I'm like, no, just a pre-release kit, and then we'll play it, we'll get a feel for it, and then I could get some hits, and I get a shiny card, and I get a set of dice, and I get the little box, and I get some packaging that has some of the art on it, and I get those things, and that kind of like takes the urge for cardboard away, right? I think that's what I'm going to stick to as a strategy going forward, unless something comes up that's like really, really, really torquey, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, this is the set. But I'm just trying to avoid any new purchases of Magic cards. I like to buy the pre-release kits. I think that the stores, like the way it used to work, is like the stores really had to fight for those pre-release kits. When they had the Wizards of the Game, like WPN, Wizards of the Coast, WPN network, where you had your Planeswalker number and everything was tracked in there. Then the local game stores would put in the stats so that they would know exactly how many players were attending. And then, depending on your attendance, they would send you more or less pre release kits. And I think it was like a thank you for the stores. Um, because they would sell them at a pretty good profit or they would get them for next to nothing. I think we've kind of gone away from that. And even though um, I do like to try and get into the nearest local gaming store around, we've got to find out a hack for the system. We're gonna get a hotshot driver to head over there and pick us up a couple of pre-release kits, and we're gonna give it a try. Are you guys doing your pre-release in Phyrexial Ruby 1, or have you already opened a case? Let me know in the comment section. We're checking out we're checking out some of these AI generated Magic cards. Kylan, Coach is in the house. Tom Mitchell, how you doing? Richie Dubs, love it. And NTG Gaming Bob, we're just checking out some of these AI generated Magic cards. If there's any gibberish on the card, we fail it. I've got a good feeling about this Vampire Sovereign, though. Discard 2 cards. Put 5+1/+1 counters on Vampire Sovereign for 2 cards. Ooh, it's a 3/3 for 4 black mana. It's got Obliterator mana stats. It's got Obliterator mana, so it better have Obliterator stats, right? 4 mana, 4 black. Okay, it's Devotion. It's got this other text on it. You can make it an 8/8 by pitching 1 black and 2 exile cards from your graveyard. Just cards. Exile cards. Create a 1/1 white. This might be okay. Maybe save it. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each aura and equipment that attacked this turn. I can't do it. It's like I can't do it. It's like so close. This card had such promise. I don't know. Big Rich in the house. How you doing, Rich? How you doing? Nice to have you with. We're just checking out some AI generated Magic cards. I was so hopeful for this Vampire Sovereign. Unfortunately, it just says exile cards. It should say a card or what kind of card, and then like if the I really had thought that the creature token was going to come from like how many cards you exiled, or hopeful that maybe it was like creature or enchantment that you exile. But nevertheless, this Vampire Sovereign does nothing for us. It gets us straight back to the where we started yesterday. The Yum Beast. Yum Beast, what's up? Yum Beast, Yum Big Rich, and Yum the boys. We're hanging out here, making a little noise, and the ladies too. You all are welcome here on the channel. It's a little coffee program. It's Friday. It's Yabba Dabba Dute. We might be just getting a little bit excited because, it's the end of the week already. Anybody going to Phyrexial will be one. Big Rich says 200 subs, bro. D. Did we get it? Did we get the 200? Did we get to 200? Did we? I don't know. I think I'm gonna cry if we do. I'm gonna cry right here. We're at 199. 201 ski. Woohoo! Thank you. Thanks, Big Rich. That could have been Big Rich making us big. 201. 201. Thanks, folks. It's been a blast. Well, it couldn't happen on a funner day, a Friday. Fun day Friday. Hey. Thanks, Big. Old Clash of the Clans alt email. Old Clash of the Clans alt email? I wonder if we're going to get to see Ed from Dual Brain MTG here. I'm wondering. A little bit of Hasbro news for you folks. Like, do we want to like reach back article? Hasbro dilutes the value of Magic the Gathering. Hmm. Kind of interesting. 30 years of Magic products, right? What does that look like? Well, this is what 30 years of Magic products looks like at a snapshot. Here we go. Take a look at how many products we have here in 2022. So, like 1993, we got Alpha, Beta, Unlimited. I'm hoping that's a Eyes and Arabian Nights. And then there's one, two, three, four, five, 6 sets in the second year of Magic. Then 5, then 5 again. 6, doing consistently 6 or 7 sets a year, all the way even up to 2005. This would have been a great time to pick up some Magic cards, like anything from these couple of sets here, the Survivors of Kamigawa block and 9th edition. Some excellent cards. And then as we go farther and farther to the right, heading up into today's day, we have this many products. I got to count. What are we up to here? It's a lot. How many is this? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I count 26, but they're small. So there could be like, it could be different things. There's a little legend here, but we got a little bit of reading to do here for you folks. Magic the Gathering has literally invented the concept of collectible trading card game. Every trading card game in existence can trace its roots back to the Origins Fair of 1993 when one game exploded onto the scene. For 30 years, Magic stayed ahead of its competitors, offered something no other card game could. But as you can see in the graph, Magic has changed in the last 5 years, celebrating the 30th anniversary. Many players got that the game is no longer worth celebrating. There's product overload, right? This is a card from this is an article from October. Just stumbling upon it now. It's got a good visual. Realizing that Magic products are no longer meant for all players, it has been like this for years. Magic cards could only be found in the standard legal sets that were released in each quarter. These sets were printed into the invention of every Magic player could use. Cards found in those boosters. Whether you're a tournament grinder or kitchen table casual night draft player, cards were designed so that everyone could enjoy them. Ancillary products were made using pre-existing cards packaged in new and exciting ways, bringing us to the paradox of choice, meaning too much choice is stressful. And less is more. I guess having to debate which one you're going to buy and which secret layer you're going to buy makes it kind of hard. Seeing a spoiler for a card, realizing that the set came out 2 weeks ago. And it goes on to talk a little bit about secret layers. Rick, the steadfast leader. This was the first guy, the first secret layer, I think. This guy, I was like, what is this card? I had no idea. So, if you want to, let's take a look here. We're going to run over to the stock desk, see if they got any new articles. No, no, but that's okay. That's okay. We got one for you. Let's do the movers and the shakers here. It's Friday. I want to see if what do you guys want to what list do you guys want to take a look at over here? All right, let's do it. Let's take a look at the all list to get a recap for the week to see what the weekly changes on all Magic cards throughout the game. We got take a look at the major movers and the shakers here this morning. Getting down with getting down with a little bit of tunes here this morning. Harry Belafonte and the crew joining us here too. Mox Jet at the top of the list, the black one. The black Mox up 22%. The beta version, any of the black bordered stuff is always going to command a premium. It looks nice in a vintage deck or an old school deck. Don't kid yourself. But the Mana Vault, Time Twister, and Winter Orb, the big money cards moving up this week. Winter Orb from Alpha, some collectible cards. Wheel of Fortune, all Alpha betas and a couple of unlimiteds. The Mox Pearl, Bayou Unlimited Bayou up 17%. That's number 9. Mox Pearl at number 8. Word of Command. This is an interesting card, and I wouldn't mind taking a look at it. It's up 19%. Wow. Wheel of Fortune. I want to take a look at the Word of Command because this is an interesting card, and I find it very interesting simply for the fact that it was not reprinted in Unlimited. I do not think so. Nope. It is. It is. It was not printed after Unlimited. Excuse me. It wasn't reprinted in Revised. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back, Big Rich. This card wasn't printed in Revised. It stopped in Unlimited, so it's kind of a rare card. Now, it's going to see a big leg up in price, and I don't know if I believe it. January 2021, this card, it wasn't long ago. It was only worth a couple of $100. Is it worth $1,000? $600. Wow, this is a good card to just take a look at because, like, look at the activity. Look at the legs on this. Hoo-ha. Here we go. Okay, trucking along since January 20th. Right? And then like you forget about a card like this and why it's important because like if you look at cards like Raging River, Word of Command, Natural Selection, a few cards that were not reprinted and revised. This one was $200 not too long ago and it's really cool. Check it out. It can even see some play. It's 2 black mana, so it's like sinkhole mana. Look at target opponent's hand and choose a card from it. You control that player until Word of Command finishes resolving. What? It's instant speed. I don't want Leeches to crash because I have two, but other than this set, I think it will once no one has attention span. Yeah, I mean, it's just fun. Titan to man, good morning. Nice to have you with us. I love picking out those cards, but like this is the original you control target opponent card. I gotta have a little sip of coffee here. Let's refresh the coffee. We were hanging out, making some noise with the boys, Harry Belafonte, my man, Mr. DJ Longhair, and all the rest. It's the best. It's Friday. It's Yabba Dabba Doo Day. We're just taking a look at the recap of the movers and the shakers for the week and the all list, the expensive stuff and like what moved. This card's up 20%. It's the original gain control of target player in Magic card. It wasn't reprinted and revised. It says, look at target opponent's hand, choose a card from it. You control that player until Word of the Command finishes resolving. That player plays that card if able. While doing so, the player can activate mana abilities only if they're from lands that player controls and only if the mana they produce is spent to activate other mana abilities of lands the player controls and or to play that card. If the chosen card is cast as a spell, you control the player while that spell is resolving. So you get to control all their game actions. Can you say opposition agent? Is this the original opposition agent? In fact, are these two eyeballs staring at us? Is these the eyes of the opposition agent that we just didn't realize? It could very well be. Deck's using it. Any cards? Anybody like this? I like this card, but just take a look at the price on it. It's Bloomingdale 2021, it took $1,000 poke up in price. It's reserve list. It is, isn't it? It's reserve list. It's played at Gonti. Of course it is. Because you're playing off the top of your opponent's library anyway. Isochrome Scepter, and you can just keep copying this. This card's so powerful. You can pick up a beat up copy, heavily inked copy for $129. I like it. If there's any chance to find one, I would definitely like to try and get one. Wheel of Fortune from Alpha seeing increases. Wheel of Fortune is at like $6,599 for the alpha version. These are the collectible ones, remember? And Winter Orb, the alpha betas. Beta Time Twister 15,000, Mana Vault 25,4. Mox Jet, the black one, up a bunch here this week. Today's winners, Volcanic Eruption. This is a funny card, right? It looks like a volcanic island. It could be. Have you noticed Power Leech is Brody? I wish I was a tribal price sheet. Target player makes me a sandwich. Travis. I like it. Anyone going to Philly next week? I am not going to Philly. I'm sorry to say. Word looks mean. I like it. It's a definitely mean card. I mean, I don't know how much tapping you can do, but I mean, you control that opponent, so you get to make all the game actions that they would make. Gauntlet of Might, an interesting card. The beta version at 13.9. This is actually kind of a low price for a beta rare. How much is the unlimited? See, why is the unlimited? Look at this. Unlimited is saying it's 13.50 and the beta is 13.92. This is some price disparity here. Anybody notice that? The beta and the unlimited, just about this $40 in difference. Why is that? Let's take a look. Yeah, $1,400 for a beta. You can get it at the vendor store. Unlimited copy can't be that much. Maybe this one's seen a 800. All right. So the Gauntlet of Might, Krenko the Mob Boss, of course, the Tokeny creatures, the Goblin-y boys, Magda the Brazen Outlaw is going to run it, Inferno Stars, Star Mounts, Mishra claimed by Gix, Slicer, Hired Muscle. Oh, the Slicer. You know, I actually opened Slicer in see, this is part of the reason I like doing the show. I like looking at these cards. I get up in the morning. I want to see this is a Magic show, but I look at some other stuff too. I'll look at crypto, I'll look at a few other things and just like kind of get an idea of what's happening. But like this is a good reason to do a buy list video discussion is like and have discussion on the buy list because I opened a Slicer and I didn't realize like it's exactly what Brody's been looking for in a commander. Now, you say what? Because I really liked the Ergo Bell Striker deck. I really thought it was cool. Investable, more than investable collectibles. Let's Coach says you want to look at Power Leech. Let's take a look at Power Leech, Coach. Power Leech. So let's do that. We'll do that. Give me just a second. So I like Zergo Bell Striker. Does anyone remember this card? Zergo Bell Striker. When Commander was this may tell you a little something about Brody's playing history. When Commander was starting to get heard of in Brody's head, I started hearing about Commander. People were playing Commander. I'm like, nah, let's see how long this lasts. Is it going to be like Brawl or one of these other formats that's catchy for about a week? But this is a kind of a deck that I thought if I wanted to build a mono red deck, I'd want to do it this way. Zergo's the 2/2 one drop legendary creature. Zergo can't attack or block with power 2 or greater, and then you get a dash on him for 2. So he was the Ragavan. I think this was like this has got to be the inspo for Ragavan, right? As Zergo Bellstriker has obviously been upstaged, he no longer sees any interest, doesn't command much money at all. He was a couple of bucks, as high as $4.50, but these days Zergo Bellstriker's sort of fallen out of favor. So when a card like this guy, Slicer, the Hired Muscle, this dash ability seems like it's getting really big. This guy's got the double strike, right? So more than meets the eye, you can dash it for 1 red and 2, and then you get it as it's converted. It's a first strike haste, and then it deals combat damage converted at end of combat. Then it transforms, and you get the 3/4 double strikers. So this guy is like pretty powerful. Open one of them. Why not? Gauntlet of Might. Okay, let's look at Power Leech. Power Leech. Power Leech. Is that 2 words? Power Leech from Antiquities. This one with a snake on it? Yeah, it is. It's the one with a snake on it. Whenever an artifact opponent controls becomes tapped or an opponent activates an artifact without tap in its activation cost, you gain a life. So I want to know one thing. First of all, before we look at this card, I got to decide and see if it's a common one, uncommon one, or an uncommon two. Is it a U1 or is it a U2? I don't remember. In that case, if it is a U, I think it's probably a U2. It seems underpriced. Let's take a look. Holy smokes, it's trickling down again. It was as high as no. No. Why was that card spiking? Wow. Okay. This card should have come across the desk here at least some point. How did we miss it? Power Leech. Look at this. Spike up in price. I'm glad you brought this up. Thank you. Thank you. Coach. Coach, thanks for coming to all my games. Coach just pointed out there's a runner on third base here right now. He just stole second and rounded third. And now, like, we got to keep an eye on this. The Power Leech card. Taking a poke up at 250. See, old Brody, there's a difference. This is another reason I like to do the show because I got nobody to talk to about this stuff. Like, I get up in the morning and I see this and I'm like, Power Leeches is spiking. It's $250. Oh my God, I got to buy copies of it. Right? So that's like what you would see. This is what you would see. Let's just adjust the chart. This is what you would see on the day when this started to go bananas. 2022 August, September last year on Dominaria United release. So this card was seeing some like leg up action here in July 20, and then 2021 coasting along the $40 mark, and then Shazam Bam Blam all the way up when DMU was released up to $250, and you're like, why? There's no, and this is like old Brody would just FOMODI Brody, right? FOMODI Brody straight into the good morning, spirit of the night. It's morning time, but it's still not light out. So we're just catching the spirit of the night from last night. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're looking at the Leeches Power Leeches card. And like how like this is the chart scrolled back to like 2022 September. Now the old FOMODI Brody would have just FOMODI'd right into this and bought like gone to this vendor store and been like, oh, 7 at $28. Is this really reserved? It is reserved. Okay, I gotta buy this card. I do. I really need to. Like, I got a buy list here. This is a card I should pick up. I need it. It's on the reserve list. It's $39. I'm looking to get rid of some of my reprints here. I got a Goblin deck and a few other things. Gishas, the Sun's Avatar, a couple of Commander cards that Murray and Janet and a couple of boys pulled out of there. So I didn't trade them away. A Bria's Apprentice and a couple of good little stuff. But this card looks good. I think this is a buy here. Let's give it a ding, ding, ding. I like it. I think it's good. I think I'm going to pick up a copy when I get my buy list in. Why not? It's I can't see. I need a copy of it. If anybody, it didn't Power Leech go through a buyout a while back? I must have missed that in news. It did get a buyout as well. I think Rudy also mentioned it. Guys, see, here's another thing. I'll tell you. You're gonna say this. You're gonna say, Brody, you're nuts. Uh, Brody stays in his own lane for the most part. I do didn't I Rudy was making a lot of videos, so I don't catch all of them because there was like a lot coming out over the last couple of months. So I was like, okay, I gotta just like I can't watch. But a couple of them are really good. So if you mentioned Power Leeches in September, then why not? I think this is a great card. What are the decks using it? Titiana, Protector of Argot, the new Titania. Oh, and the Kibo. See the Kibo deck. That's another card deck I want to build. So I want to build the. I want to. So for mono red, instead of. So the Zergo Ball Striker mono red low to the ground creature type deck with the +1/+1s and the Gauntlet of Might. That was like sort of a flavor that appealed to me. But now we got Slicer, the higher muscle. Okay, and then there was like Ragavan. So you're like, oh my god. But this card's cool. The Power Leeches is going in the Protector deck because it's got this Titania, the Protector of Argoth. It's the new Titania, the 5/3. That uh, when it enters the battlefield, you get to return a land card from your graveyard to the hand, and whenever a land enters the battle, is control is put into the graveyard. You get a 5/3 elemental creature token. Wow. Holy Reaper. $600. Power Leech. Put it on your list, Brody. I'm going to write this down. I'll catch it on the replay. All right, what else we got? Let's take a look at. We're going to be revisiting this. Okay, so those are the biggest winners. The recap for the week, the ones that moved, and the one. Okay, so what about the biggest losers for the week? Right, we got to do that. We can't just talk about the weekly winners without talking about the weekly losers. So Soul Ring from Alpha. Let's see. Soul Ring from Alpha, Armageddon, Volcanic Island, Mox Ruby, Castle. The Castle is from Alpha, of course, down 33%. It's not a really playable card. Bizarre Baghdad is down 8%. Mox Emerald Mountain, Swords of Plowshares, Nether Void is also down. So I know a few folks were talking about this card in the Horseman sets. Moxman was talking about the Nether Void. Yeah, it's a great price right now, but it's going to go lower. Look at this. I'm telling you. We are not out of the woods yet. These fourth quarter earnings have not come out. We're still beating up Dungeons and Dragons players, and like we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see this thing go lower. We want to see it lower. We're building a buy list. This is a card that you could probably pick up. It's 800. You can get a copy from the vendors for $719. It was as high as $2,000 around in Strixhaven. This is definitely a card that I got my eyes on. This one, the Enchant World, except it loses to Concordant Crossroads, but nevertheless, it's still a good card. The Nether Void is down a bunch. Hold the line. Hold the line. I know people, there's videos like we're talking anybody who's new to the show. I'm just going to do a recap. We're recapping for the week here. It's good. It's great. We're going to take one more look at this chart that Brody is so fond of. I've been looking at this chart and we've been taking a look at it every single week and a couple of times a week, and it's called the periods to make money. So we're watching, this is like a market show. Like it's like watches the market. We're watching the markets of cards, we're watching the markets for stocks, we're watching all these different markets, and we want to make sure like we get an idea when we try and get that fun into our collection. And by fun I mean like the cards that are preventatively, and this is where like people would be like, I want to see reprints because the reserve list is preventative, it's preventing me from getting into certain formats. Well, that's because like these are game pieces, and it's not meant to go out and just buy the whole set of Magic. Like I got a box of Star Wars over here. Like, you get the whole set, like the action figure and all the pieces to make it. You don't have to collect each one of them individually. Like these things here, these are like it's like a collectible. It's like a little baby Yoda. You got these sealed in a bag. You didn't know which one you were gonna get, and if you wanted to collect the set, you gotta keep buying them until you get them all. So like certain cards, people will say are preventatively expensive, so we want to reprint them. That's the lazy person's answer to being a card collector and a gamer. Like it's not like these days where you just put in the code and you start with all the armor and you get all, like, you could just level up a character in world on Battlegrounds. You just like buy the upgrades. It doesn't work that way in Magic, especially in the older formats. You can't just go buy a new Lotus and buy a new reprint of a dual land. So we've been looking at this chart, and I find this chart particularly interesting. So if we want to, these cards, if we pay attention, markets are cyclic, and so are as Magic cards. We got this chart, and for anybody who's new to the show, I'm going to go over it here quickly because you may not have seen it on earlier, if you haven't seen earlier shows. So check this out. This is talking about periods when to make money. This chart was actually, if Brody gets out of the way for a minute here, like I'm just going to duck out of here. Look behind Brody's head here. Brody's going to duck out of the way. Okay, so you see right here, that signature right at the bottom there says 1875. So this chart was in the back, as far as I know, what I heard, this chart was in the back of an 1875 magazine or a parts catalog for a hardware store that was illustrated by the hardware store owner. And that's when, like, if you wanted a magazine in print, you had to like draw a lot of stuff. Like you wanted to show a 2x4 and what it cost, you drew a picture of a 2x4. So like A, B, and C are these sort of trends. And we're talking about these high money cards and these winners and losers. And like, is it a good time to pick up the Nether Void and these Four Horsemen cards and these cards on the reserve list that are preventatively expensive? Well, if you understand this, that this A is the periods in which panics have occurred and will occur again. And this thing's algorithmic because it's got these period gaps here of 18, 20, 16, 18, 20, 16, 18, 20, 16. And you can just extrapolate this algorithm all the way out till, give this to your grandkids, right? So I'm not going to say what they were, but there was a panic in 1981. Of course, the interest rates were doubling. 1999 again, another very close to 1999, another panic occurred. 2019, and then 2035, 2053, so all the way back to 1927. But this part here, so then we got this other algorithm that runs inside an algorithm, right? And it's like periods of good times, high prices, and times to sell stocks and values of all kinds. This is when the reserve list is at an all-time high, and you're getting like record numbers for graded cards and like alpha commons and anything. Like everything is selling on eBay like hotcakes. Everything's just, there's no ceiling on anything. And then C is the period of hard times. So these are like also again, when we're right here, right where the blue circle is, 2023. So like this is where we're at. And if you look here, it's also got another algorithm. It goes 3 years up, 6 years down, 2 years up, 5 years down, 4 years up, 7 years down, and then it repeats. 3 years up, 6 years down, 2 years up, 5 years down. So we're on a down. We're in 2023. It's a 3-year up to 2026 from here. So if you think like, oh, I missed the bottom or whatever, the bottom's it, like, no, like for all this whole year, like this is a 3-year up, right? So it's going to take 3 years to come up here. Like even at the end of 2023, we're still going to be at the bottom of this period of times to buy low stocks, corner lots, and hold until it reaches the times of good times and then unload. So, how does that relate to magic cards? Well, if you think the reserve list is preventatively expensive and you think, it takes time to get these cards, right? So, I'm like, we're building a buy list, we're checking it twice, we're going to find out what's modern and nice. Try and trade in on some of these older cards. Like there's things that I'm just licking my lips here over. The Bazaar of Baghdad, it's like on the top losers for the week. It's 12 to 2,900 bucks, and I think it'll go lower. Right? I think it'll go lower. Look, it's got the same type of a bench style chart price. It did take another buyout hit again in 2021, bringing it up to the $5,000, but it's just with all the exodus of players and the support that's not happening for new products. This is what we got. We got inventory at all the vendor shops. Let's see what kind of inventory. They have a place set. Look at that. There's inventory on these cards at the vendor shops. All the big ones have them. It's not like they're out of print. There's inventory on each one of these. The Mox Emerald, there's probably inventory on that too. So what's going to happen is this is going to get really bad for a while. It's going to get bad. It could get worse. It's going to get slow. Hasbro's going to get trounced on maybe in the stock price when we hear these earnings. Maybe. So I'll just do your own research. But I'm telling you, then what's going to happen is stores are going to, like, if they haven't diversified and getting into other products and other games and other revenue streams, they're going to start to be selling these high-end cards, these ones that we're looking at here, these preventatively expensive cards that people want to see reprinted so they're cheaper. They're going to start selling them, and they're going to start selling them on sale. Watch for the sign in the window or on the internet, though. It'll be like high-end sale. And when it happens, I'm going to bring it back to this moment on the channel. I'm going to see, and we're going to, and it, because it happened the last time, they're going to have to pay rent, right? Bricks and mortar stores aren't free. So let's give it a little bit. We're going to be patient. Just like watching this copy of Power Leech, like, holy moly, that's a great card, but I'm not paying $200 for it. I'll wait for it to come on sale and buy it cheaper. And then I can play it and have the fun in my collection for the $40 price instead of the $200 price. Time Capsule, what's up? Travis Meyer, folks in the house. So let's just take a look at some of the, so those are the movers and the shakers, the big money stuff, the big money change, weekly change. The stuff on the left side is the stuff that's been going up, and this is going to be driven by what deck is popular in vintage. Okay, I'm telling you, an old school right now. Right now, the hot deck is the workshop deck with the blink mechanic using paradoxical outcome, displacer kitten, and the coveted jewel, and any of the new artifacts that are coming out there. There's a talisman and the artifact from the Brothers War, any the Meek Stone and the Might Stone, and any of the blinky artifact decks. That's what's hot right now, and any black cards, including Bolus the Citadel. So that's why the jet is expensive. Mana Vault, Time Twister, because it goes into that deck and resets your hand. You can cast it off the top for free, and some wheel cards. This card, Word of Command, I think people are just finally catching on to it, that it's really, really good. It's the original Steal Your Turn card. Mox Pearl Bayou, because it's also in black. So black is very powerful in vintage right now. On this side, this is probably, well, you see the Bazaar, right? And Bazaar, the thing is, the Bazaar deck has been top aiding and taking home finishes in vintage as well. It's just is not as popular. People don't want to discard and play Root Wall as they want to do other stuff that's more fun. They don't want to discard and play 4/4 Hollow Ones and 0 mana cost Root Wallas because that's lame. Ah. Okay, they might want to do it on, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do it on Mitko, but I don't know. I got it because I don't have Bazaar of Baghdad, so I'm biased. Okay, so that's what's happening over here. Let's go up. Let's take a look at the modern list. So vintage, that's what's happening this week. Falling Star, Dark Pact, only things up a couple of percent here. Couple of percent. Falling Star, Brody's so biased. Biased Brody. Okay, so back to the desk here. Falling Star, on the left side, we got the vintage winners. Falling Star, Dark Pact, an anti card we can't play. Demonic Attorney, another card we can't play. Contract from Below, a collectible only card we can't play. Bronze Tablet we can't play. Dark Pact, Rebirth. I don't think we can even play Rebirth anymore. This is the one that, yeah, you got to remove it from your deck. Remove D-Readers from your deck without paying for anti. The anti cards seem to move on here just because of the fact they're super extra reserve list, because, you know, not only are they not controversial, they're just like super extra reserve list. Natural Unity, I don't even know what this card is. Let's take a look at it. Oh, this is the conspiracy card. Interesting. I'm heading over to Murray's tonight to play some Commander. I don't know why I said that. Chaos Orb. It's $10. Oh, and we're buying some pre-release kits from 2 towns over that still has a Loking Gaming store, because we don't have one no more. It's a fact, and we're going to get a hot shot to drive them in. Are you playing Phyrexia? All will be one. We should look at the poll. Let's look at the poll. What else we got? What else we got? So vintage, the high money cards, Legacy, Mahe Dejin, King Solomon, the King. Okay, what do we got? Bayou, Sorceress Queen, weekly winner. The only black version of this card from this is, it's moving because it's the only black bordered version of the card is the Sorceress Queen, so it's super collectible from Arabian Nights. Diamond Valley, of course, people are sleeping on this card, and the Elephant's Graveyard, and the Island of Whack Whack, simply because this card's going to go lower, but it's another sort of pseudo-rare land from Arabian Nights right behind the Bazaar of Baghdad. I think we could see Bazaar maybe reach this $1,000 level. Wouldn't that be nice? Pick one up. Mahamodi Djinn, Never Disc, Savannah Lions, King Solomon, Reverse Damage, Serendib Afreet. The cops are here. They know we're going to be making money at this. Get out of here, Brody. This is crazy. You're talking about getting all these cards on sale. Just wait. Elephant Graveyard over here. It's going. There it is. Going down, down, down. I want to play Elephant Tribal. I can't wait to get my hands on this baby here. Reserve list. Elefante Graveyard. Tap one colorless mana. Regenerate an elephant or a mammoth. This card's going to go down in price. Yep. Wait till this. Look at all the stock here. Yep. Oh, yeah. $300 and they've got 4 play sets. So the buy list continues. People are putting cards in. People are stepping out of Magics. People are stepping away. It's moving the prices of Magic cards. Do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Do you love the information that's out there? Is there too much information? Well, let me do it for you. I'm doing it here every single day, Monday to Friday, with you folks, the fans, amazing fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as we do. Smash Jackson, Garen Jotter, Dusty Cully, Murray Cooper, Coin Pomeroy, Tyler Friesen, Tyler Harrison, Kyle Mears, the MTG Mox Man, the Earl of Drummer, Prime 406 Games, Mr. DJ Longhair, Dual Brain, all the folks in the house. No joke, Tom Mitchell's here, Michael Superbacker, Coach, thanks for coming to all my games. I got to get out of here. My time is up. Have a wonderful, whopping Friday, you folks. Enjoy. Read some comments. Ramagus and Benson. Did you hear the one about the chocolate record player? It sounds pretty sweet. Hells yeah. Coach says, hot take. Wizards had a phenomenal fourth quarter in 2022, but Hasbro on a whole was down for the year. Hasbro stock does not directly reflect the health of MTG. It's true. When taxes come, I think many players will return with their extra cash and cards will spike. Ooh, that's a good comment. Travis, thank you for leaving the comment. What a great one. Time Capsule in the house. Thank you so much for checking out the channel here this morning. It's great. What is Mahe Djinn at? Travis Meyer. Mahe, just a quick look. $79 for Mahe. Happy Friday. You want to pay Powers Leech against Urza? I have it. It's fantastic. Travis Meyer says Power Leech is fantastic against Urza. There's some tech for you folks today. What the heck? Here's some tech too in the gaming. Yes, you can get it all here. Get it all off the wall. We hit 200 subscribers. Thank you folks thank you so much. We're blasting off. There's no stopping us now. 2024 is the year of the door. What is a sprinter? Eat before a race. Nothing. They fast. And what has more letters than the alphabet? Only the post office. Let's go. The Chris Rich snake art is a gem of a card. I did get a buyout as well. Yes, I didn't get me a Power Leech. I turned off the noise. I put my head down. I stuck to my own lane and I was like, I'm doing this. This is my plan. I'm sticking to a plan. I wish there was a tribal price sheet. Me too. Ticking back up to $40. I got to get me some Power Leech. Power Leech. Power Leech. I want to wonder what's Solemnity at? It's $6. The foil's 20. It'll go higher. Oh yeah, it's going up. Solemnity, it's gone. It's gone. It's out of reach. It's gone. Wait for a restock. I wish I was going to Philly, Kylan. Kylan, you and me. I wish I had the tickets. We'd go right now. We'd be out of here. Speaking of gotta go, it's the bro. You know, I gotta go. Thanks a bunch, a bouquet, and a free lunch for you. I say, have a good day, everybody. Safe adventures. Thanks for watching Brody Vision.